the staff to prepare this budget with a rate that commends it. But our greater obligation is to the citizens out there, and if we can save them money in the process, then I'm liking to do that without putting the city at risk. And I don't see by passing this rate as putting the city at risk at all.
Yeah, let's call the vote, sir.
All right. Mr. Easter.
Are we doing a sequential vote here? Yeah, I'll go along with the new for this 0.08.
Mr. Brewer.
No.
Mr. Day.
Aye.
Mr. Easter. Or I'm sorry, Mr. Tucker. Okay, so that has passed. So what we're going to do now is this item 11.2 has been voted on and done, so all this now has to be redone. And now that we've taken action on 11.2, I can't go back to it. I would love to see us finish this budget tonight. It is utter disgusting that we're not going to do it tonight.
Mayor, it is
$30 freaking.
It is true that we had an excess of money, and I spoke pretty specifically of that. We can keep that rate and get less for property tax and see how we go, and we can come back to you. I mean, you get your monthly financials. We can come back to you at 6 months and show you where we're at. And then you can cut something or whatever. It doesn't, you approve the budget, we'll go toward the budget, and then we'll see where
We're
we're
going
at.
to have a special meeting here pretty soon then, and I'll be up here tomorrow to figure this out. Do you have any comments to close this meeting out tonight?
Yeah, I do, as a matter of fact. Just to address some of the issues that were raised earlier tonight about water, I think we need to clarify what is actually being done. That RCH is seeking to obtain a loan that's federally funded, and by virtue of having that loan, it's going to create a bar on any ability of the city to control what goes on with respect to who puts water in the city's pipes. That's what the concern is. What we don't want to do is have RCH obtain federal loans that's going to restrict the ability of the city to make determinations on what water goes in those pipes. And if they don't come through on getting their project completed, that the city will not have the ability to be able to make those sorts of determinations. And I've heard some other information or comments about, you know, the city's acting in bad faith to try to stop RCH from doing what they're doing. No, the answer is what we're trying to do is make sure that we maintain control over the city property so we have all options open, which may include having additional water sources available so that there's adequate water for all the residents in Sonoma Verde. That's what we're talking about. That's why we're doing all of this. And we've also asked for information from RCH, like the financial audits, their taxes. We're trying to get an idea as to their financial ability to come through on what they're proposing to do. And so there's no ill will. There's nothing trying to antagonize RCH. We just want to protect the city's property and maintain all the options. And as far as I believe Mr. Black had mentioned, trying to renegotiate something with RCH, that's what we're trying to do over the 60-day period. We're hoping that that can be accomplished, but that's all I wanted to address.
Mr. Burr.
We have a Home Rule Commission meeting tomorrow. It's meeting number 4. It's going really well. Chairman Russo is doing a fabulous job. The commissioners on there are committed. They bring in ideas, Mr. Hollis attended one of them, and they asked really good questions. So it's progressing, and I don't know if we're going to get done by the end of the year, which is what Mr. Russo pledges, but if anybody can do it, he can. Thank you.
Mr. Day.
Yeah, I'm a little perplexed over some of the banter I'm seeing, not only online, but even what I'm hearing from some folks up here on the dais. My impression is that we were all conservative people. I most certainly am. And I'm a little shocked at the degree to which people are unwilling to be open-minded to the idea of a market-based solution for water, that the idea that there might be an opportunity for lower cost, lower expenses, better quality, better management, better synergy. And I'm not saying that that means that there's no discussion with RCH. I think RCH is certainly in the mix. I don't like their business model. I think that they should change that, but that's a different issue. I'm also frustrated that we just tried to keep taxes low as possible, and we got people over here uttering under their breath over this stuff. How much of other people's money are you owed? We are Republicans. I'm more than willing to sit down and talk to you. You guys have my phone number. That was actually the most astonishing part. You have my phone number. You can call me at any time if you have any questions, concerns. I have received numerous emails from people that post on your guys' site that probably ordinarily would never have spoken to me. I emailed Mr. Calderonia, for example, who's probably the biggest skeptic of anything the city that we do with respect to water. And I was able to state my Republican principles. I believe this very, very fervently, that the options that are going to be unleashed will be so positive, in my opinion, from the negotiations and the mediation opportunities coming forward, that other people in the city will look over and see what happens at Sonoma Verde and say, those guys got it worked out, and it's a little better than what we expected it to be. It could, in fact, be an opportunity for other people to look at it as an opportunity for the rest of the city as a model. We have a chance to do something great. This is not about trying to do what has been alleged. The city has no interest in a 13255. We're not taking over RCH. I have no interest in that. I was the one that voted against it. I believe very strongly in private and free enterprise. Very strongly. So why is there no discussion amongst those that are a big of the RCH ilk saying, why are we supporting this monopoly when there is a possibility for a market-based solution? I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. Absolutely looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. You might be the envy if you live in Sonoma Verde. You might have an actual chance. You might not be on water restrictions or less water restrictions. I can ask the gentleman here, excuse you? We're doing it now. We just took the... Oh, hold on.
First of all, this is not the place. I think everyone's trying to throw in the jabs here, so do your comments.
I'm doing my comments. Let me finish my comments.
Citizens, if y'all please...
I respect your position, and I was listening to your comments. I understand that there's a lot of people that don't know where the city is trying to go. Absolutely. And absolutely.
This is, please,
I'm getting to you.
This is not, you cannot lead him into conversation, Paul.
Yes, sir.
Do your comments. Please remain silent. But don't lead him into wanting to say something back.
You have the ability to reach out to me at any time. Numerous people across the county, high-profile Republicans, called me on my phone, asked me, and I was able to assuage many of their concerns. And I believe that if you had done the same thing to me, I would have assuaged your concerns right there and right then. You would have understood that I am applying conservative, market-based principles to the solution that I see in front of us. Because I believe in the market very strongly. If RCH is still trying to secure its monopoly, it still has the highest prices. It's a zombie corporation. Let's just face it. If it wasn't for its monopoly, it would have gone bankrupt years ago. And it's being propped up by its monopoly. And it seeks to prevent other competitive forces from coming in and opposing it. That's my read on it. I'm not on the water committee. I don't talk to these guys. It's not personal. I've never met Mr. Naylor. I know because I kept getting emails from people saying, is this because you hate Mr. Nan? I've never met the man. As far as I'm concerned, he's probably a perfectly fine man. But fine people run bad companies all the time. And I would like to see them alter their business model to a more customer service friendly model so that the people at Sonoma Verde do not have to suffer more harm than what I feel was going to happen. I'm open to seeing what the market solutions are going to be. I think that you, as Republicans, most of you, should also have an open mind and an open heart to these ideas too. I sincerely believe in the market, and I want you to understand that that's who I am. I'm not some socialist that's sitting around trying to take away your water options and give you whatever you want. I want you to have the best, the cleanest, the safest, most plentiful, healthiest water you can get. I'm a cancer survivor, for God's sake. Do you know what I drank when I got cancer? I was drinking RCH water 8 times a day for 5 years. So I think it's okay for us to go and say, where are their financial reports? Please tell me. I told everybody when I ran on this campaign, I want to see your bank reports. I want to see your environmental reports. I want to make sure you guys are operating the business as you said you were going to. They promised these things. They have not delivered. The mayor, when he ran, I remember him sitting at the dais at the end over here, and he said, guys, give me one more month. One more month. One more month. I'll get the meeting together. That month came and went. And then another month. And then another one. Now we're here, we had to actually trade away a TOMA violation just so we could sit down and talk to them. I am a Republican. Everybody up here is a Republican. You're not on the council. Well, no, I could say it. I'm still stating my principles. I'm not talking about running on party. I'm speaking philosophy. We have people that do not understand that we have shared cause, but we need to open up our eyes and our ears and our hearts to understand that the people that are up here at the dais mean no harm. We're trying to, when we talk about protect it, we're protecting the market. And I'm just speaking this completely organic. I didn't know what I was going to say at the time, but there's been so much hate for and assumptions I'm taking principles or positions that I have not taken and that I will not take. I was the one that voted against 13255 because I didn't like the actions that the city was taking. But a lot of the actions that the city is taking is mirrored by what RCH is doing inadvertently through its filing for its bonds. It's effectively trying to take over Sonoma Verde, maybe by accident, I don't know. But that is the effect. That's not a hypothesis. That is the legal reality. So if you don't like the city doing it, then why is it okay for RCH to do it? How about neither side do it? And that is the basis of my vote. I'm looking forward to seeing what comes out of this. If RCH can come up to us with a great deal, fine, let's sign it. But if they can't, then they have to be subjected to the competitive pressure of the market. And we do have a market here. And I'm excited to see what that market will provide us. That's what I want to say. I know that I'm a little emotional about this, but I'm so frustrated because I feel like when you get behind the dais, it's very easy to forget who you are. When you're looking at these numbers, you're trying to make this all. At some point, you have to realize you're dealing with other people's money, other people's lives, other people's health, their well-being, and nobody cares about that more than me. I didn't come up here to make easy decisions. I came here because they were hard decisions. And trust me, it has ripped me apart this last week, seeing people that I cared about question my motives. That's all I want to say about it.
Mr. Tucker.
On the water issue, I think both Councilman Easter and Dave have spoken for me as well, so no need to cover there. To a lighter comment, we had a meeting with Burkett, I think last week, I think it was, and we talked about the Heritage Center. And we had a group, probably about 30 people sitting down and discussing various options. They're all from the community. And so we looked at a lot of different options in terms of how we would like to see this Heritage Center develop out. And I think they got a lot, Burkett got a lot, the got a lot of good input. A lot of variety was offered, and so I think they're going to come back to the city council and make some proposals that I think we'll all be entertained by, and something that will have a little bit of an emerald sticking out of the city at some point in time, right around here.
So, I don't even know what I want to say. Paul made mention that fine people make bad decisions on businesses all the time. Fine people make bad decisions on council as well. Speaking of spending other people's money, we chose to do that. I have always lived by virtue of to try not to become a man of success, but rather a man of value. With that, it's 10:28. We're adjourned.